Let's begin in downward facing dog, planting our hands about shoulder width and bringing those hips back, letting our neck hang in this mild inversion, rooting with our palms and finding ourselves here. And let's invite a bit of movement into our spine, feeling like a wave pushing off from those toes, rolling up the spine, gaze comes forward, bringing it back, gaze to our feet, and again, letting ourselves become the wave, getting some movement in that sagittal plane of our spine. A couple more. And again. Back in downward facing dog. Let's loose that right foot and find three-legged dog and bring that right knee in towards our right arm. Finding that compression as we rock it forward in plank and push back into three-legged dog, hips back, leg is tall. Rock forward in plank and rest that leg back in downward facing dog. Loose the left side into three-legged. And let's take that left knee to our left arm, keeping that compression tight as we find our way into plank and push back into downward facing dog, keeping that left leg long. Rock forward in plank and root that foot back into down dog. Neck is loose, arms are strong, legs are strong. Rock forward into plank, loose the right foot back into three-legged dog. Bring that right knee in slowly towards our nose, keeping that core tight as we rock forward in plank. Push back into that three-legged dog. Rock forward in plank. Rest the right foot back into downward facing dog. Rock forward in plank, loosing the left foot. Push it back into three-legged dog. Left knee comes in tight, keeping that compression as we rock forward into plank. Push back into three-legged dog, finding that extension. Rock forward in plank, resting the foot. Push back into downward facing dog. Rock forward into plank, loose the right foot. Breathe here for a moment. Bring that right knee in, keeping it close, but this time instead of stopping in plank, we're going to rest it in front of us. Back leg is long, spine is long, pushing off with this front foot to help elevate our chest. Breathe here. And if you wish to deepen the bind, you can grab that left foot and pull back into that energetic circle of your body. And if you have a bind, go ahead and release, planting both hands to push back into our three-legged dog. Rock forward and plank, resting that foot back into downward facing dog. Rock forward into plank again, loosing that left foot and push back into three-legged dog. And when you're ready, we're going to tuck that knee in, keeping that core tight, tight, tight. As we find that descent, resting that front leg, back leg is long. And I'm using my front leg to energetically push back into the mat and keep that chest up. And if you wish to deepen the bind, you can grab that right hand and right foot and pull back into that space further opening up that heart. And when you're ready, release the bind and plant both hands to prepare for that downward facing dog. And breathe here. And when you're ready, let's give it a couple more spinal rolls, moving up through the body. And again. And repeat. One more time. This time exit in three-legged dog. And we're going to sweep that right knee under, keeping it tight, resting in our pigeon pose. And this time, if you took a bind last time, let's take a bind again. Maybe inviting both hands to go for that reach. And if you feel comfortable here, you can take that connection and flip it and find your way into King Pigeon. Still breathing here as I deepen that heart open. And if we have a bind, let's go ahead, find that release. And plant our hands for that push back into three-legged dog, finding that extension. Rock forward into plank, rooting that leg. Push back into downward facing dog. We're going to roll it forward, and as we come back, we're going to loose that left foot into three-legged dog. And let's keep it tight as we rock it forward, finding that descent, resting that leg into the earth. Right leg is long. And if you had a bind before, let's go for that bind again. Maybe inviting both hands. And if you want to flip that grip, you can use that connection to roll that hand around and open up into King Pigeon. Really feeling that heart space as we breathe into it. And when you're ready to release your bind, release. And prepare to plant both hands into the earth and exit back into our three-legged dog. Leg is long. Rock forward into plank, rooting that foot. Push back into downward facing dog. And if you wish to soften the knees, you can soften the knees a bit, keeping that head loose as the arms keep that push. Feet are still strong. Spine is long. And just breathe into this mild inversion. And at your own pace, find your knees down into a descent. Support you and push it back into a seated position. Namaste.